Hi, everyone, and welcome to the best public delivery update meeting ever for Panquake.com, our September public delivery meeting. Tonight, as promised, I'm joined by some really cool friends and team members, and with the best piece of news we have ever been able to give you. You are going to discover to your shock and amazement that the Phase 3 delivery fundraising round for Panquake is 100% complete. Yay! Our amazing extended support community pulled together and have pushed us over the line. We now have the funds we need to deliver the beta product of Panquake.com into your waiting hands. Your patience has been exceptional. Your support has been amazing. You have all pulled together and helped to make this happen. And we are so pleased and so grateful. So what does this mean? This means that we can complete our blockchain and network build. It means we can hire our service teams. We've already arranged for customer service staff, for technical support staff, for accounts administrators and content moderators to come on and help to deliver an amazing service to you, as well as an amazing product. This is obviously a huge milestone for our team, and we are absolutely thrilled for all of you and everybody who will be touched by this product. Tonight, I am joined by some people who've been here from the very beginning and some others who've been very public faces and supporters of our campaign. I'm going to start by introducing the talented, gorgeous Taylor Hudak. Taylor is a longtime friend and associate of mine, and she has been a Panquake team member from day one. Taylor, welcome to the stream.
Thank you, Susie. Thank you for that introduction. It is great to be here and to be a part of this fantastic announcement. And Susie's correct in saying that I have been with this project since the very start. And to be quite honest with everyone listening right now, I remember very vividly at the start when Susie first approached me that she had an idea about creating a new social media company, something to really solve the problems that we experience on social media, whether that be related to privacy issues, privacy breaches, and also the censorship that we see, which is something that's really important to myself as an independent journalist who often has to face censorship on the existing platforms. So I remember it just like yesterday that she came to me back in 2020 at some point, telling me about Panquake. Of course, at that time, it didn't have a name yet. It was just an idea. And I knew for a fact that this was something that was going to happen and that Suzie had the tools to do it and the ability to really generate a fantastic team of people. Many of them are on this call tonight. And also to help really build up a broader support community and those who are listening right now who have helped make this happen. So again, this is fantastic news. And as I said, I have been with this organization since the launch of the event. I mean, it feels again like it was just yesterday that we were.
Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah,
you're correct.
It does.
It was October 2020 when I first had the idea, and when I reached out to you and a few other people who I really trust and care about and shared the idea with them. It was January 2021 when, you're right, there was no name. We were just calling it Project X, and we rounded up thousands of online supporters to participate in our first launch event where we just brought the idea to the world. We didn't have devs, we didn't have funding, we just had an idea and a lot of cool people that wanted to be part of it. And you hosted that event. We had Bill Binney, we had a number of really cool high profile people, Jimmy Dore and others. Do you want to tell us about that moment in time when we first brought that idea to the world?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great question. There was so much excitement. This was also at a time, we're still feeling that today, when there was this sense of sort of hopelessness when it came to social media. Censorship has always been an issue, but really, of course, within the past 2 years or so, really within the past year in particular, we have seen immense amounts of censorship, something quite unprecedented. So there was some hopelessness. And then this idea came to fruition through Suzie and others coming together, and we hosted this event. We had Jimmy Dore, Bill Binney, several other people coming together, speaking about the importance of this. Because again, it's not just about a company or a business. This is about people being able to express themselves freely on a platform in which they know they're also not going to be taken advantage of, and that their privacy isn't going to be violated. That's such a key point here that I know will be discussed by privacy experts and others on this call this evening. But it was just really an incredible moment. And here we are again with yet another incredible moment, hitting this milestone, which I always knew we were going to achieve. And again, we thank the viewers right now, the people who support us, who are always talking about Panquake, tweeting about Panquake. And we really owe them so much thanks for supporting us. And this platform is truly unique. I think that many of the features that this platform will offer, it's going to become sort of the standard. Whereas there's so many other limitations with the existing platforms that people are just going to become really tired of what's existing today. And so this platform not only frees us from the censorship that we face and also the privacy violations, but it offers us more ways to express ourselves. And as an independent journalist myself, I can say to the other independent journalists listening right now, you are going to want to take advantage of this product. You are going to want to be on panquake.com, because this is a way to really get your work out there and not have to worry about the censorship and the algorithm really shadow banning your content. So again, this is something that's truly special. It's been my honor to be a part of it, an honor to speak to everybody here today. And this is something that hasn't been done before. Panquake is unique, and it's going to set a precedent of what is acceptable for online communications in the future.
God, that's so amazing to hear you say. And it's been echoed by other really special people too. Taylor, I would ask you one more question, which is that week in and week out, you've been at our team meetings, you know all our team members, you've been an integral part of our organization. What have you witnessed in terms of the way the team works together and the level of cohesiveness?
This is a group of people who all share so many wonderful qualities. And one of them that comes to mind immediately is integrity. This is a group of people who have the utmost integrity, who are, of course, not only just hardworking people who get the job done, who are dedicated to delivering this project, but these are people who truly care about issues such as censorship, such as privacy violations. This is a dedicated team. And I think that, again, this is something that is unprecedented, really. And there's so much progress each week. As Suzie said, I'm on these calls weekly. I hear about the progress that's made, and there is something new every single week, a new development, a new innovation related to this product. And it just shows the hard work that has been put into this, and then also the speed in which this has been done. I think that's another important point to make. I mean, this has happened very quickly, and that's because of the dedication of the team members and also the broader support that we've had from everybody.
Well, thank you so much, Taylor. You're just a classic example of the quality of person that we have on board in this project. And it's so fun to be able to be with you here at the point that we're at now, knowing where we started out. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Okay. Next person I'm going to introduce is our beloved Sean O'Brien, Chief Privacy and Security Advisor at Panquake.com. Sean was one of the first geeks on our team, and he has been bringing his skills and his awesome personality to bear for the product development throughout. Sean, you have been with us over a year and a half now. I would love to hear your insights and your experience of this product, the build to date.
Sure. So it's surreal to be at this point. But, you know, I mean, somehow we all knew we were going to get here. And of course, the constant support from everybody in the community really is what got us to this point. I remember when you first contacted me, Suzie, and I was like, well, she's probably contacting me about, you know, some journalist piece or some activism, or, you know, the kinds of excellent things that you were doing. But you said, I have this other thing, you know, to talk about. And yeah, so that was before it was called Panquake. But all the ideas were there, all the great pieces were there. And you really convinced me where a lot of other folks, I think, wouldn't have been able to, not just by the daringness of the ideas, right? But also by the integrity. So, to see that coming to fruition piece by piece by piece steadily, and then sort of ramping up in the last few months has been really just amazing to watch. So yeah, I mean, I still remember thinking they're trying to do what, I'm like, all right,
It's definitely pretty ambitious, right, as an undertaking. Like, we're sick of corporate social media services, let's build our own. Does sound a bit like, really? It's not actually a small undertaking. And I'm talking about from a build perspective as well as from an organizational perspective. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? Like, really, what level of intricacy are we dealing with here?
Sure. So, this is not and folks who've been watching for a while will know this, but hopefully we get a lot of new folks who are excited as well. And I think we will. This is not just like run of the mill clone of something like a Twitter, right? From the ground up, the infrastructure around Panquake is different, right? So first off, very smart hosting, very smart locations for hosting, including pieces of that infrastructure. Important parts are in Iceland. Right now, everything's in Iceland, but we're going to have decentralized network, right? So we're going to have people actually, contributing to the network that they're using. So we're going to have active nodes all over the place. Those folks are going to be in Panquake, using Panquake for, conversations, but also, contributing back to the network. Data is going to flow in a number of different ways that I think are really smart, and of course have been planned out in detail. If you go back and look at the delivery meetings, you'll see all kinds of detail about that. But one of the things that truly excites me is the use of IPFS, which is a distributed file store. And it's already implemented in the UI. We showed it off a little bit. I think I showed it off on a cell phone video too. I believe I showed media in that one. But to see something loading through the Panquake interface that is truly out there, archived, extremely difficult to censor. It just goes to show how far, the structure and the design of the network has really come. But all this, the build process, et cetera, it means following really professional and serious guidelines, the less fun stuff, but making sure that we, cross our T's, dot our I's, put all the source code in repositories for the developers to work on. And that source will get released and then open to the world as a gift to the world, so to speak. That ethos is a real big part of this project. And we're sort of doing that in our little, sort of wizard lab right now, getting stuff up and running. And when it's bootstrapped and functional and, audited and so on, then it'll be released to the world. And I can't wait for that day too. That will be huge. And I'm not sure I'll be able to sit for it.
There is definitely many parties to be had in the future, and we're definitely hurtling towards that beta delivery for sure. What's your level of confidence in the team from a skills perspective, and bearing in mind that you're constantly working with our developers?
Yeah. I mean, the skills are, top notch. And more folks will be brought on. So, we're basically getting the cream of the crop, but not only folks who have a high level of expertise, folks who are willing to think out of the box, folks who are willing to actually do the hard work of implementing stuff that's never been built before. Even though we're using some very cool pieces to make sure things are decentralized and private and secure and, strong encryption and all of those pieces, implementing this together, making sure the system works, thinking about hey, we don't want to send embedded videos through YouTube, these kinds of things, which would be an afterthought if they're ever a thought. In fact, I'm sure they're not a thought for these other networks. Doing those for the first time and bringing them to users takes that extra bit of grit, and the developers definitely have that. I'm really excited and really proud to see it. The code's beautiful. I mean, documentation when I don't expect documentation, good code commenting, all of that, and then just very smart implementation. So it is taking on a life of its own, so to speak. So I'm really proud.
I am too. And we have truly innovated all the way through this process. We are doing things that I have not seen anybody else do anywhere else, and I've looked. How does it feel to be involved at the cutting edge of technology in that way?
It's a little scary, but in a good way. No, I'm going to love seeing it. And I just am kind of still just awestruck. So, it's one of those things where it's like when you're in it, you don't necessarily see the forest for the trees. I think these events, that's kind of what it's about, right? We can kind of like take a step back, look, say, wow, look how much has been accomplished. And again, I really just want to hammer home to, even though the project started in January 2021, coding and so on didn't start until that summer. So this has been a really fast build for an application of this kind of complexity. So all of you have been very patient, the supporters. I know you wanted it yesterday. We all do, but thank you for being there for the ride. And it's going to be something truly special, which is going to act very differently than you're used to, but in ways which will make you want to live in Panquake, not run away from it like the other networks. So
I agree. I think this is a life-changing application. I think also that we won't understand the full power of what we've really built until it's out there in the wild and in use. I really do think there is a whole new social media future awaiting people once they have a tool this powerful in their hands. So super exciting to be a part of that. And I love so much all of our team members and all the work that they've put in. Without a team this great, we couldn't do what we're doing. So deep respect to all of them and to the community that has wholeheartedly supported us throughout. We are doing right by you. We have kept every promise we made about this build. We've kept all our promises forefront of mind in every dev meeting, in every architecture meeting, in every business meeting. And we're doing it, guys. It's so awesome. Thank you, Sean. It's so cool to have you here to talk about this. I know you must be as thrilled as I am and as everyone is. We've got John Kiriakou here. John is our brand ambassador and has been out telling the world about Panquake in a variety of interviews. John, you have a really unique background as a whistleblower, as an author, as an activist, and I'm really interested to know from you, what is the significance of this moment of Panquake achieving its delivery funding for a truth teller willing to put themselves at risk to share information to the world?
This development can't be overstated, the importance of it. You know what? I'd like to start at the beginning if I could. Just a couple of days before Suzie called me to introduce me to Panquake, I had a little incident with Facebook. A friend of mine had sent me a video of a very long, very steep zip line over the tops of the trees in the Amazon jungle in Brazil. And I responded by saying, crazy Brazilians. That's all that I said, crazy Brazilians. Well, I was suspended by Facebook for anti-Brazilian hate speech. That's Facebook. 2 days later, Suzie calls me and says, hey, I want you to get on a call with me and with Sean O'Brien. We have this idea that we want to pass by you. And I'm always happy to take a call from Suzie anytime. I was not prepared to be blown away like I was when Sean began to explain to me exactly what it was that Panquake could do once it was funded and fully designed and implemented. This is exactly the kind of social media platform that we all dream about. The kind of platform where you're not going to get suspended for anti-Brazilian hate speech for commenting on a video. The kind of platform that you're not going to have to worry about how it's going to change once Elon Musk takes it over. The kind of platform that you don't have to worry is going to be a safe haven for people spewing hate and a propensity for violence. If you're interested in the protection of your data, while at the same time ensuring transparency, run by a group of people with the highest integrity, Panquake is for you. When Suzie first called me and told me about the people who were behind Panquake, Sean and Taylor Hudak and the great Bill Binney, how could I say no? Everybody was working from the beginning toward this one common goal that's always been so important to all of us. And as time is passing, it's becoming more important. You know, this isn't a social media platform that's going to compete with the likes of Facebook and Twitter and Rumble, etc. This is a completely different kind of social media platform, because the things that are important to Panquake are important to us. As I said, data protection, integrity, transparency. As soon as I saw who was involved, I had to get involved myself. Now, this funding is the greatest thing that could happen, especially at this stage. You can't just say you're going to build a new social media platform and then 6 months later, there it is online for everybody to jump into. The amount of work that this team has done is incredible. And it's a consistently robust and dedicated team of people. Listen, the sky is the limit. Panquake is going places, and I'm proud to be associated with it. I'm glad that I'm here to help in any way that I can.
Oh, we're so thrilled to have you be a part of the team, John. And it speaks well of us that people like you can not only see what we're trying to do here, but be so eager to jump on and be a part of it as well. You've
Pleasure's mine.
an incredible addition to the team. When I first came up with the idea of Panquake, I had a few different motivations. One of them is I wanted a platform robust enough for Ed Snowden to use safely. I wanted a platform that would fulfill Julian Assange's vision of a cryptographic alternative to Twitter. I wanted a platform where someone willing to put themselves on the line to speak the truth could guarantee that they would be heard, that truth would get out there. Because one of my biggest fears is that all the censorship that's happening right now could actually cost someone their lives. When you take risks like that, if you can't get the information out, you're in even worse trouble than if you can. You know, to be able to have a public profile as a whistleblower, to be able to have people understand what's going on for you and what you're doing and why is of critical importance. And I don't see any other platform out there right now that can provide that guarantee of a voice. All our voices we're all being chained. We're being silenced systematically. And that's why it was so important to me to build Panquake. And also I saw my own reach built up over a decade being eroded every single month, my own ability to circulate information being constantly diminished. And that was 2020, and we know how far it's gone in the wrong direction since then. So how do you feel as a whistleblower and on behalf of other whistleblowers about, having a potential solution to that?
That's a very important question, I think. So to have a place like Panquake where you can go and really speak the truth without having your voice squelched, without being silenced. It's something that's new and it's dramatic. I think that even among people who have heard of Panquake and know what we're doing to get things up and running, don't yet fully appreciate the value of Panquake. I think that's going to come when they realize that this really is a unique setup. This is something that hasn't been done before. It's something that is of such high ethical standards that they will be able to go to Panquake, speak their truth, and know that they'll be taken seriously and respected. The best is yet to come on this.
I totally agree with that. And it's awesome getting to see more people begin to understand what it is. But like I just said before with Sean, I think it's once this is up and running and in people's hands, even we who created it will have an enhanced sense of how powerful and significant it really is. Thank you so much for coming on to talk about Panquake and for all of the work that you've been doing to promote it. Your voice is so important and so significant. And again, thanks for all that you do for us, John.
Oh, thank you. And kudos to the team.
Thank you so much. Part of that ethical framework was about who we were and weren't willing to accept funding from. We promised our community that we would not take Silicon Valley VC money, we would not take government or security agency money, that we would be a crowd-funded project by and for the people. And I'm very happy to confirm that our funding source for this delivery has come from that grassroots community, that established network of supporters. I have a pinned tweet on my Twitter timeline that says this Twitter thread is going to raise $500,000, which was our initial phase 3 funding goal. And every person who contributed $5 or more, I put a thank you to them and an announcement on that Twitter thread of the donation. Tonight, I am going to get to announce that phase 3 is 100% complete and to add the final screenshot from the crowdfunding platform showing that we have met the phase 3 goal. And I'm going to be able to say, yes, this Twitter thread really did raise our phase 3 delivery funding. It's pretty cool and exciting to get to that point. And also, if it hadn't have been for the amazing efforts of our marketing team in recent months, in particular, our Chief Marketing Advisor, Sheree Ip, who has been out presenting Panquake at various conferences and on various different platforms, we might never have attracted the level of support that we now have. So I would like to welcome to the stream Sheree to talk a bit about her experiences with Panquake over the last year plus, the cool stuff that's been happening to promote and market Panquake, and how she feels about us hitting this amazing milestone. Hi, Sheree.
Hey, Susie, how's it going?
Good.
Yeah, no, I think my journey started with Panquake and you guys would be over a year now, I think. 2021, I'd say January, February, probably, when I was first introduced to you guys from a great friend. And yeah, I heard about the project. I was like, what is this project? How is there a blockchain project that's doing such amazing things? And I've never heard about it. And I just had like, I was looking it up, and then, you should talk to, Susie and Sean, and I met with you guys. And I still remember that very first meeting. I asked you guys all the hard questions, and I was asking you questions about things you hadn't developed, and yet you still had all the answers. And that to me, I was like, wow, this team is amazing. You guys have thought of everything through, and whatever you haven't thought about, you're answering the questions on the spot. And that's very, very rare. And I say this a lot. I've, advised for a lot of blockchain companies, worked with a lot of blockchain companies, and there's always, teams that are great, teams that are amazing, but you guys were just, blew it out of the water. Yeah, so what we've been doing in the marketing side of things, we've been presenting Panquake around the world, and we just received some awesome feedback, and everyone's just so curious to see that how is it that you could finally have a social media platform that goes back to the roots of, you want to post, you want to get everyone to, see your posts. And yeah, as simple as that, back to basics. Yeah, so I've been presenting Panquake around the world, and we just received awesome feedback from everyone. They're hearing it for the first time as a blockchain, social media platform, and just how exciting it is for everyone, because they've always thought of these things, but they put up with what they've got, because they're like, well, use social media, you get what you deal with, like, we don't have all these awesome things that we want to do. But then with Panquake, I said, well, it is possible. Like, you can do all these things where, you don't have to worry about ads. You don't have to worry about fighting the algorithms every single day just to build your content, just to share what you want to share. And the best part of it all is that you have your own right to privacy. Like, you don't need to share those things that you don't want to anymore. And it's just very, very well received. Working in the startup space, most people just raise money off idea and like a couple of pages. But with you guys, everything was absolutely thought through, each stage of the development, all the plans, you could absolutely tell that. And, it's absolutely refreshing to see. and asking you guys all the hard questions and, getting all the answers, and even things that you haven't, built into the plan. You're like, well, this is how we would tackle it. Having that transparency was huge, which is why, I was absolutely blown away when I met you all over a year ago now. And just to see how time flies, and coming up for the beta delivery, that's just very exciting. And then I think week after week, obviously my time zone's a little bit crazy, and sometimes I'm not able to get onto every meeting, but every time I am on a meeting, seeing how much I've missed just in the span of a few days, and doing the catch-up calls is just absolutely insane amounts of delivery. And I don't think people understand that a lot, like how much execution is coming from the team. It's unheard of. The speeds that you guys are going at is absolutely lightning. And seeing from one week to another, all the features that are being added on is just absolutely amazing. I think one of the ones I absolutely love a lot is using IPFS, as Sean mentioned earlier, Invidious and Nita, like having that safe space to actually post, to read, to find content, connect with your like-minded peers, or even people you don't agree with, being able to look at everything and not have to worry about who's tracking you, who's creeping over your shoulder sort of situation. I absolutely love that, and telling people that this is what I'm doing day to day sort of thing. And it's just absolutely amazing, Suzie, what everyone has pulled together, and the amount of delivery you guys have done, it just blows my mind every single day.
Thank you so much. And you've been a big part of that too, and helping us get the word out this year in particular. So one of the things that this funding is doing for us is allowing us to, for the first time, have, albeit modest, actual marketing budget. I think we achieved quite a high degree of saturation and built an amazing support community, but I don't think that many people realize that we actually did that on $0. It's 100% organic word of mouth. I know a lot of other projects will have a crowdfunding platform, and they will actually put money into it themselves to boost the numbers up. We never did that, ever. It's been 100% organic, genuine support that you see on our crowdfunder to get millions, literally millions of hits on our website, which we have had, to have 6-figure hits on our donation page, to have 3,700 contributions from people all around the world. What does that mean for a project like this with a $0 marketing budget?
It's pretty much unheard of, because people only flock to projects, especially in the blockchain space, if there's a token attached to it, if there's a return on investment, they put money in, they get something out. So to see this level of organic growth is just absolutely unheard of, and the amount of support for this project is just phenomenal. And knowing that it's all done organically, and purely outside of purely with just the community wanting to see this product delivered, because they're just done with big tech being censored, and they want something that works. They want something that helps amplify their voice without losing their right to privacy. And Panquake is it. And seeing the donations to get us where we are today has just been absolutely amazing. And in the future, for all the funding coming in the future, and that will actually, bring us on par to do all the marketing that we need to do. And that will be a very exciting time for Panquake, because guess what? Then the rest of the world is going to hear about us, and to see what they think of Panquake, and hopefully the support will just continue to grow from there. When I say that, Panquake was very unheard of for me in the blockchain space. I've been in the space for years. Like, a project like this exists with this much talent, team, the product delivery is just phenomenal, and that's it's just virtually unheard of. And to actually do proper marketing and put a spend behind this, I think it will will raise some eyebrows, and will get us a lot more support in the future. So I think that will be a very, very exciting time for us when we are to go to launch in the future, and actually spend some money, get the word out there, go to all the big conferences, get the Panquake name out there. Will be very, very exciting times for us, Suzie.
So I guess this is the time when I should show off my Panquake t-shirt that I
Love
have. And then I might just show off as well my Panquake pen that I have. And then I
Beautiful.
might show off my Panquake gift card that I have as well. And what do I have here? Ah, I have my Panquake shopping bag.
Love it.
It's been so fun to get a set of prototype Panquake merchandise this week. And I can tell you that quite proudly that we will have a full set of Panquake merchandise available in multiple colors in time for our beta launch. So all of the awesome users that have signed up for beta at panquake.com/5000 and the rest of our public support community will be able to get their Panquake merch and be a part of proudly marketing Panquake to the world. That means I also need to call out the awesome efforts of our graphic design team, our customer support team who have been relentlessly answering emails and engaging with the community over the last year. And it's really great that we're going to get we've got a bunch of new hires coming on, including in marketing support as well. And I think the next year of Panquake is just going to be even greater than the last. And that's pretty incredible to say. But when I think back a year ago from now where we're at compared to where we are at sitting right now, I can only imagine how incredible the next year is going to be as well. And I've got to thank you, Sheree. You've been a big part of helping to professionalize the public face of Panquake. And I know you're going to do even more incredible things in the future. So thank you for your awesome feedback, your professionalism, and your contribution to this team.
Yeah, thanks, Suzie. Like, it's just amazing to be about this team. And yeah, I'm so looking forward to the future for the world to really, see and receive Panquake. I think it's going to be an absolute game changer. I can't wait for that day.
Me too. And I'm so grateful to everyone who's helped to make it happen. That means the thousands of people who backed us. Your donations are how we got the build to this point, how we attracted the attention and support that we needed to be able to top out this delivery funding for phase 3. So the big question is what's coming next for us? Well, you will see very soon our campaign fundraiser at 100%. And then we're going to remove the goal, the cap on that fundraiser, because we've already met it. And we are going to begin to build a war chest, a legal war chest and a marketing war chest that is going to help us to protect this project, this build, this product, this service beyond the point of beta delivery. We do have adversaries. We do have people who don't want to see liberation of people's conversations, who don't want us to have freedom of communication, who don't want us to have freedom of speech, who don't want us to have freedom of association. But it's too bad for them because those are our human rights. They're enshrined in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Every person on this planet deserves freedom of communication. And Panquake is dedicated as a team and as a support community to bringing those rights back and restoring them for everybody on the planet. So the greater war chest we can build up to deal with legal challenges or to market and advertise Panquake and get the word out more effectively to a greater number of people, the better. So we do ask that people continue to support us by contributing to that war chest. And in the meantime, we will get on with delivering the beta product. We still have a big chunk of blockchain and network build to do, but we have all our planning, all our architectural diagrams. We have the best people in the world coming on to execute that build. And we will get our support up and running in the new year. And we will be able to finally announce a delivery date for the beta application. And that is just going to be incredible for everyone. I have so many people that I have to thank. The Panquake team is much larger and more far-reaching than you would know just from watching these streams. A handful of us appear in public on behalf of Panquake, but dozens more are working behind the scenes. We have had people volunteer their time for over a year and a half in some cases. We've had people really give generously of themselves, not just financially, but by putting in the work every single day to get to this point. So I want to thank every single team member who has contributed to Panquake in any way. You are why we have been able to get to this moment, and you are why we'll be able to deliver a game-changing social media solution to the world. And I want to thank every single person who ever hit or shared our website, whoever hit or shared our donation link, whoever contributed in any way to this project. You also are how we have gotten to this moment, and you also are why we're going to be able to deliver this incredible product to the world. Okay, I've got another awesome public supporter of Panquake, my close friend Vivian Kubrick, who's going to come on and speak to us and share her thoughts about the significance of Panquake to the world, why humanity needs Panquake so badly, and how she feels about this incredible news. Hi, Vivian.
Susie, it is so beautiful to be here with you and on such an auspicious occasion. So I'm sure you are going to or have already told people your great news, but regardless, I just would like to say why Panquake is so incredibly important to humanity is that right now, the tech giants on this planet, they can't be trusted. It doesn't matter what they say. They are part of this self-proclaimed elite. I doubt very much whether they have enough independence of action where they could do anything like make their particular platform, no names mentioned, suddenly free of censorship. So Panquake is a unique platform. No one's ever built one like this before. It is designed to completely defend human communications. So in other words, it can't be attacked. You can't be censored. Your own messages and accounts are protected behind a security wall that I doubt anybody is going to easily penetrate, no matter who they are. Plus, it's a blockchain platform. And I would be skating on very thin ice if I was to say anything technical about it, because I really don't know enough about such things. But I do know this much. It was designed and built in order to protect our rights to express truthfully what we really feel and to not be silenced. And right now on this planet, that's probably one of the most important things as a foundation for everything else that we have to do to recapture our rights. I just think that Panquake is going to be an incredible component to our success in escaping this fast closing in on us like sack that's being thrown around the hold of humanity by the globalists to just black out information and black out communication. And we cannot allow that to happen. The fact that Susie and all the people involved in creating this platform have first of all, even faced and confront this enormous task, which is incredible all on its own. To do this, to generate the money for themselves is outstanding.
Vivian, you are a super well-read and very educated person, and you often bring a deep philosophical context to our conversations. And so I was wondering, can you tell us a bit about the historical and philosophical significance of freedom of expression?
Well, clearly, in a healthy, sane society, exchange of ideas, exchange of, any information, any new information is vital in order to evolve intellectually as a civilization, in order to actually have real discussions where people have the ability to work out the value of somebody's ideas. So as just a pure concept, the flip side of the coin of knowledge is the creation of knowledge. Well, how are you going to create knowledge if you don't have discussion? I mean, that's part of the whole kind of Jewish mystery school of the creation of the Kabbalah, is that there were all these Jewish rabbis who in the 16th century in Spain went, look, God gave us the ability to think. So let's think, let's examine the universe, let's talk about it, and let's see if we can work out the actual design, the intention, the energies that are in the universe and in our lives. And they came up with the Tree of Life and the 10 Sephiras and the Tarot, which is actually, I think, one of the most beautiful and deep bodies of wisdom. And they had to put it in pictures, in picture form, in symbols, lest they be burnt at the stake by the Inquisition. You know, so the tarot deck is sort of drawn off the Egyptian, you know, tarot, and who knows, that was so long ago, who knows what they were doing their tarot decks for or whatever. But anyway, I think what's very interesting as far as how important the exchange of ideas are, how important it is to create knowledge. You only have to look at what tyrants do. Interestingly, even 2,400 years ago, Aristotle noted, if you want to be a tyrant, you've got to do certain things. And what's interesting is that I'm going to read a little bit from it, is that honestly, nothing's changed. The playbook for being a tyrant is like as old as the hills. But anyway, I'm just going to read this little bit from Aristotle. He says further, he's talking about what you need to be able to do if you want to be a tyrant. He says further, he, i.e. a tyrant, must compel all persons staying in the city to appear in public and live at his gates. Then he will know what they are doing. If they are always kept under, they will learn to be humble. In short, he should practice these and the like Persian and barbaric arts, which presumably is ultra violence and brutality, which all have the same object. A tyrant should also endeavor to know what each of his subjects says or does, and should employ spies, like the female detectives at Syracuse, and the eavesdroppers whom Hero was in the habit of sending to any place of resort or meeting, for the fear of informers prevents people from speaking their minds. And if they do, they are more easily found out. Another art of the tyrant is to sow quarrels among the citizens. Friends should be embroiled with friends, the people with the notables, the rich with one another, and he should impoverish his subjects. Hello, COVID, lockdowns. He thus provides against the maintenance of a guard by this, oh, fuck, no, I'm reading this wrong. He thus provides against the maintenance of a guard by the citizens, and the people, having to keep hard at work, are prevented from conspiring. Anyway, it goes on. I can only say that if Aristotle 2,400 years ago was nailing it down, I think we can easily see that it hasn't changed. They do the same stuff. So this book is Aristotle's Ethics. That's, you know, his book. And I think it's well worth reading, just if nothing else, for your amusement. But yeah, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and not censoring yourself. You know, I mean, that's probably one of the most insidious things, is that you end up censoring yourself because you fear being rejected. And, you know, I'm a very gregarious creature. I like talking to people. And I have to say, over the last 2.5 years, I've gone up to total strangers because I want to warn them about certain things. But I start off in a very amiable, you know, nice way. And it's just amazing how shut down people are. They're so scared of pushing against what everyone else is doing. And the joke of it is, everyone else is doing this because they are only listening to mainstream media or chatting to each other. So it's just beyond incredibly important to have platforms, and especially a social media platform where you can post documents, where you can say what you really think without fear of being shut down. So, you know, there's definitely things going on that is a threat. And the only way to get that threat exposed and understood is to have platforms where you can truly say what you think, and people can truly support that. And so the actual consensus is seen and understood instead of this horribly mangled, controlled, algorithmic, unreal rubbish reality that they're trying to foist upon us. Anyway.
Vivian, your support is so gratefully received, and I'm so pleased to have you be one of our amazing endorsers, and I love working with you. So thank you so much for being here at this awesome moment in Panquake's history.
It is all my pleasure. It is my honor to even have anything at all to do with something as auspicious as this. So good luck with everything.
Thank
Suzie.
you. Okay, everybody, that was a pretty awesome public delivery meeting today, and what awesome news that we have achieved our phase 3 funding goal, and we are guaranteeing the beta delivery of Panquake. I will be back as usual at the end of next month to do the October public delivery meeting. We will talk to some more cool people and we'll have more cool updates. In the meantime, keep an eye out for some other awesome content that will be coming out in the next few weeks. Thank you all for being here. Congratulations on being a part of getting to this point. We love you. Take care. See you next month.
Bye.